but I believe it is perfect. No doubt somebody won't agree with me. Hello arty friends, it's Lee here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do an art journal page for the Makers colour combo for March. So the colours that we can use are lime green, got that one, raspberry, so this is picked raspberry, and purple, so I have dioxazine purple. We're allowed to use black, white and a metallic as well. This is a challenge for the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. This Facebook group is hosted by PM Artist Studio, and the challenge that I'm doing is the Makers Creative Collab for 2024, and this is the colour combo for March. So if you're looking for the playlist for this particular challenge, look for Makers Colour Combo March 24, and colour is spelt with a U, so it's the English way of spelling it, not the American. So if you go without the U, you won't find the playlist. So I'm going to do a double spread today. I've just got, in case you're wondering, masking tape roll under there to hold my page up so that it's not flopping down. It's a bit easier to work with. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a coat of gesso. Then I have a stencil or two that I would like to use. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I quite like this one. I'd like to have it, if I use it, travelling across the two pages, so it's not quite long enough to reach. So if I do it partially and then take it up and finish it off, so I should be able to get it to stretch across the whole page. So first of all, gesso, paste, and I'm going to use this sand texture paste instead of the regular texture paste, just for something to do, something different. And yes, I'll do that and speed you through all that part of it. So gesso first. So I'm using my catalyst wedge to spread this in a really thin layer so it doesn't take too long to dry. Got a few lumps there, but I think I'll just leave them there because there'll be texture, extra texture. We always love the extra texture. It's the best kind. I'm just pressing that in to get a little bit of other texture in the background there. I decided I want to put the colour on the page before I go ahead and put the texture paste on. So I'm just going to do this. I need to be careful the way I mix the colours, otherwise I'll end up with mud. So I think I'll put some green on first and then dry that, and then put one of the other colours on top. It's quite a nice green. These are liquid paints, so they'll dry reasonably fast, so it's sort of going to work fairly quickly. Using this silicone brush because I know that it's not going to spread it evenly. I don't want, you know, I just want something organic. I don't bang on about organic all the time, but that's what I want. Okay, so there's my green. Now I need to be careful with this purple because it is so potent. So I'll do the pink first, and this is Distress paint, this one, picked raspberry. And I think I'll put this over near the green because green and pink always looks really nice together. As long as it doesn't mix in, we'll be right. Whoops. Oh, that was brilliant. Don't flick it off the edge of the page. Note to self. Now, if I think that this is too gaudy, I can always just knock it back a bit with some gesso. Take the potency out of it. Got the purple. This is where I need to exercise caution. I'm just going to put one drop on that page and spread it to see what it looks like. You see how dark and strong that is? Very dominant. Where's my gesso? I'm going to put a little bit of gesso in there. Just want to mix the gesso with the purple. That's just one drop of the purple paint. You can see how far that's gone. I'll try and get rid of those straight lines. And I'm just going to add some in different places along the side of the page, the edge of the page, I should say. Here. Okay, yeah, one thing I don't like is that straight edge there, so I want to get rid of that, and I think a sponge will do the trick with a bit of gesso on it, just to get that out of there, soften it. Might need to turn my light on. It's a funny day today, a little bit overcast. Some of this is going to be covered by the stencil anyway. I'm sort of rethinking the sand medium. I'm wondering whether I should use a different colour. The green is so bright, isn't it? Knock it back a little bit with some gesso. I have a like a diamond pattern. I think would look really nice if I did that. Maybe in black across the page rather than that flowery one. I'll think about it while I do some other things. Now, oops, just put my hand in my glass of water. Where is my stamp? So I've got that stamp, and I just want to put a little bit of text on there. So I've got archival ink, which means whatever I put over the top of it isn't going to affect the ink and make it move around. I'm still thinking about the paste, whether I want to use it or not. This ink pad's nearly dry, so I need to make sure I've got heaps on it. Alright, while I was looking for the stencil that I wanted, which I did find by the way, I found this one, and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind putting this on. I know it's big, but I like it. It's really exotic, and I'm feeling exotic today. No, not really, but sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got a sponge. I got some white paint on my little piece of paper here, and I'm just going to gently do this. I'm not trying to make it super dark. I just want it to, you know, like a light pattern. Let's see what it looks like. That's not bad. If it's not what I like, I can always gesso over the top of it. Got to be careful here because the stencil's not sitting flat on the paper, so I just need to not rub it too hard, otherwise it's going to go, the sponge will go under the stencil and I won't get a nice clear design image. So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well and happy. I've been playing in my glue book, and I'll have to show you some of that, but not in this video. I'm really enjoying it. I never thought I would. It just is so relaxing, and it's taken my mind off something that I've got going on in the background here in my life at the moment, which has been quite stressful. So yeah, it's a good little bit of escapism. Well, I like that. Now, I would like to put a piece of that somewhere else. Just a little bit of it. Across a corner or something. You know, which bit? Maybe if I can get to that bit, so I've got that coming out from the corner. I think that should look nice. Maybe take it up a little bit. And yes, I've been watching Nicole from Relax Cut Glue, and yeah, that's how I got inspired. I mean, it just reminds me of being back in school when I'm doing it, and I can remember doing assignments And I used to be a wordy person. As far as when it was an assignment, I used to write and write and write. And my friends used to all stick pictures and add a couple of words, you know, a few sentences. And they used to always get really high marks. And I'd get like a pass, but not a high mark. So I can remember one of them saying to me, why don't you do this? And instead of writing and writing and writing like I normally would do, I'd write a small paragraph. I wrote a small paragraph, and then I glued in an image and wrote a little few words underneath. So there was not much. Oh, it was a visual, made it a visual thing instead of a intellectual. That's the way I like to think of it. And I got really high marks for it. And I thought, oh, yeah, well, that's what I've got to do from now on then, isn't it? But it just goes to show. Yeah. Sometimes you can think you're too clever for words. Don't want to make a grey colour. I just want to put a couple of these diamonds on here. Just going off the edge of the page. Yep, and do I want any more? Maybe some over here, just up in the corner. Which way? These are huge. Need to get a smaller diamond. Actually, I do have a smaller one. I'm just going to grab it. I don't know where that's gone. I was using it yesterday. So, and I do remember moving it this morning when I was tidying up. But obviously I've put something else on top of it. Can't find it. But I do have these arrows. And I'm just going to use the black that's already in the sponge. Yeah, to make a grey. Yeah, that's looking quite good. I'm liking that. Yeah, what I think I need to do though is to add some more gesso. So what if I gesso through that stencil? I just want to knock back some of the colour. And this always works better when I don't use a knife, but I don't seem to be able to absorb that information and retain it for the next time I do it, because I do the same thing again. And I'm just going to put some over here and maybe use a sponge. And I've put black paint in my gesso. Good thing it's nearly empty. That'll do. Yeah, I think this is starting to look quite nice. I still feel like it needs a little bit more white on it. Oh, look at that. Put arrows on my roller, my brayer. So I'm just going to roll some gesso up there and across here. And that noise is our roller door in the garage. The hinge is broken, so we have to get the doorman to come and fix it. I think I need to dry it before I get in too much of a mess, because I've already got too much gesso there. Dry that off and reassess. That's dry. And I'm just going to go around the edge of the page with the watercolour pencil, and then I've got some gold paint that I would like to stencil with. And I was thinking that first plan that I had of the flourish across the page might be the way to go there. So I'm just going to do this edge. So dipping the pencil in the water so that it's activating and blooming as I go along. So I'll speed you through this. So I'm going to stencil across to the center and then stencil again across there. Doesn't that black edge make a difference? It's with this gold. Okay. What's wrong with the gold? You can barely see it. Well, I thought that was better paint than that. I wonder. That's better. So it doesn't like to be put on with a sponge, clearly. Okay, so on this side I'm going to come from here. That's annoying. I'm going to cut that off. I can't get it into the corner properly, so it's got to go. Let's wipe a bit of that there. Well, that paint sort of is nothing when you spread it thin. It doesn't have much colour at all. But through the stencil, when it's put through thickly like that, it's nice. Okay, I'm going to dry that off, and then that'll be just about finished. We'll see what else I might end up putting on there. Perhaps some splatters, but I'm not sure. Just going to dry it off. Okie dokie, so everything's dry. I like how that gold turned out, but I want to put a focal point in there. And I've got this music sheet. I thought I'd put a couple of pieces of that in there. And the music just happens to be called Purple Shade, so that's perfect. And this is art glitter glue that I'm popping in there. That came out really fast, I wonder why. It poured out. Okay, so I'm just going to put that bit there. And this bit up here. And I'll use a bit of gesso to sort of blend them in to the background. Oops. Okay, so I've got this little pair of cute little girls in sailor dresses. They're going to be standing in front of this piece of music sheet. It is a digital kit, that one, so I'll, in case you're wondering where it came from, I will put the name of the kit and where you can get it from in the video description box. But I'm pretty sure it came from Etsy. So I need something like art glitter glue because I'm gluing on top of paint. So any other glue, well, it's got to be strong, put it that way, so glue stick's not going to cut it. Okay, so I'm just going to smush a bit of white gesso around that. Finish it off. Just to blend them into the background a little bit. While I'm over here, where else does it need lightening up a little bit? Maybe just here, through that centre. If I take that over like that, and then we have a connection between the two pages. This is really old paper. It had threepence as the price on it. Oh no, 3 and 6, sorry. Here it is here. It's got a year on it. 1952. I thought it would have been older than that. It was really brittle. So, when you're doing a mixed media page yourself, do you think about what type of focal image you're going to put in there, and are you turned off by certain types of focal images, or do you just go with the flow? A lot of people don't seem to like, you know, like images of people in mixed media pages for some reason, and I love to make a page around a person. I think that's great. I really enjoy doing that. Let's see. And, you know, like to put in these little cuties in here. Just trying to decide where to put them. I actually think in the middle, towards the middle, because then it just seems to be a more balanced composition to me by putting them there. And I'm just going to put a little bit more of this gesso over this very quite brown music paper. Okay, oh yeah, so getting back to focal images, what is the things that you would like to see as a focal image, or that you choose yourself? Do you go for a people? Do you go for an object or a flower or a tree? What's your favourite things to use? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's get the little cutesies. So gorgeous, little chubby cheeks. My sister and I used to have sailors' dresses like that. We actually got a photo taken by a professional photographer and we're wearing them. I'll dig it out one day, show it to you. Okay, I need to hold that down. till the glue takes. And I think maybe just a few white splatters is going to, whoops, finish this off. Come on. Where's this sticking? I'm sure I filled this up with the right glue. Pretty sure of it. I don't know why it's really, really runny. It's not sticking very well either. Okay. Just going to put that there. Hold it down. That's a silicone spatula. I wouldn't have thought it would stick to that. Oh, I think it's going to stay down there. I don't want to get any paint on their faces, so I'm just going to cover them over. Okay, so this challenge is for the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, which is PM Artist Studios Facebook group. And this challenge that I'm doing is the colour combo. So this is the one for March. It's a lot is there. Bit blobby. Yes, so the colours were raspberry, lime green and purple, and you can use white, black and a metallic. Okay, so let's just have a look at this, see whether it is actually finished. I think that's pretty cute. I think it's adorable actually. I love that. I was actually worried at one stage that this stenciling was a bit of a mistake, that it made it too busy, but I believe it is perfect. No doubt somebody won't agree with me, I'm sure. So let me know in the comments what you think of it. Let me see, I'm just going over that a little bit. So I'm just going to put 24 on here. So 3rd month 24. And I'll just bring it up a little bit so you can see all that beautiful gold. Got the gorgeous little kidlets in there. They're so cute. I need to let that gesso dry. So that splatters as just a watered down white gesso. Alrighty, done for March for that one. Okay, let me know in the comments what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you love it. Give me a thumbs down if you hate it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications if you are not already subscribed to my channel. That would be awesome. Okay, my lovelies. Until next time, happy crafting. And I'll see you in another video very soon. So hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo!